Welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Sean.
And I'm back!
Yeah, you're here.
Back! I wasn't really gone, I was just sleeping.
I was going to say,
Sorry.
I was going to tell everybody, like,
I was really tired.
I gave an explanation.
Oh, yeah?
I said, we had family over.
I drove up a fucking mountain and then back down it.
That's true, you did. Yeah, I said, we had a busy day and Jen needs a rest.
I did.
So.
I needed to snooze.
And you did.
And I did. Yeah. And you and Brian had a good time.
Me and Brian did a perfectly cromulent show.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I complained about podcasting a bunch.
Yeah, I usually don't let you get away with that.
Yeah, so. But yeah, no, it's fun, and but I am glad that Jenna's back.
Back.
She's here, and we're back to business. So, I guess we should talk about maybe some of our exploits over the past couple of days.
It's been a very busy couple of weeks. The family was in town. We went up to Estes Park. We did a lot of beer things.
A lot of beer things, yeah.
With Brian, when he was in town. I did a lot of shopping with your mom. I did that, which I like to shop, so that was fun. Went to Stanley Marketplace. We went to Mile High. I didn't buy anything.
Well, we stopped in there at Mile High, and
that was a mistake.
It was those things where it's like you go there and they're having a big like Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
They were having like the Yu-Gi-Oh regional qualifiers or something.
It was a real deal.
I've never seen so many cars in the parking lot of Mile High.
Yeah, because we were like, what the fuck is going on here? And usually it's like they had like a wrestling thing or something. It's like, no, it's just Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. But I'm waiting for their Black Friday sale.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was like. I wanted to take my brother while he was here.
Yeah.
I wanted him at least to check it, see it, and, we probably, had we gone earlier or had we spent, where there wasn't a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, we probably would have been able to spend a little bit of time there just putzing, but nonetheless, I still enjoy going there and just checking some stuff out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but just a lot of hot and ready pizzas flying around.
Yep.
I think there was, and we both heard it, was the announcement where we walked. There's people, all the people are at these tables and they're getting ready to like play. I think they're on a break or something like that.
Yeah, I think when we pulled up, they were on a break. So people came back, and there was like, everybody's coming back, and the announcers were like something about like, you all smell like marijuana, and we don't appreciate it or something.
Well, but what are you going to do about it?
I mean,
are you going to make them take baths?
Also, it's legal here. What are you talking about?
It's Denver. It's fucking Colorado.
Legal here.
There's literally marijuana like in everything.
That's
like you could just casually walk into like one of these places, which we did, and just buy something.
Yeah, there's weed.
Just be like, hey, I'm here. So
that's
I don't know.
You bought yourself an edible.
I did. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was still cool to go there, and I think we'll go back there on after Black Friday and see if we can pick up some cheap stuff.
Yeah.
But also hit up Second and Charles over in
Boulder.
Boulder. No,
well, Broomfield.
Broomfield.
Boulder-ish. Yeah.
I always want to say Greeley, but I know that's not correct.
I know you. For some reason, you always get those mixed up.
Broomfield, and that's where they have a very unique collection of trades. Like their trades, something about their trades there. They have a bit more variety of like stuff you normally don't find. Although I do like the home base one over here on Arapahoe.
Yeah.
But I found $10 for a what is it? Spider-Man Birth of Venom. That's been on my list for a while, so I got a good deal on that. And I found like a Marvel romance trade.
Yes, I bought it.
Which so I gotta give that to you. Mm-hmm. And you don't see those very often.
No, I'm excited about that.
Marvel
that has like
it's
a Marvel, and it has like a lot of stuff in it. So it's like a kind of like an anthology because it's got just like all sorts of stuff from all different eras, and we'll have to read something for the show.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to bust that out because it's nice to have those collected.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
And then, so I got that, and I picked up a Vance Astro figure and some video games. So that was kind of cool. And we did a lot of just traveling around. We went to Estes Park, went to the Stanley Marketplace. They have an arcade there, but it wasn't open.
Yeah.
But it has some really good empanadas.
Yeah.
I was really enjoying those empanadas. I'm not going to lie.
I'm glad.
I think
I had a bite.
There's like a Maria Empanadas chain here in town, and I want to find more of them.
Okay. We'll have to go back so you can go play your video games.
Yeah, we'll have to go back there. And then also got a chance to go to the Black Project.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get
beer
to go.
brewery, where myself and Brian went there, and I had a really good beer.
Yeah.
That I told Jen tasted like pineapple lemonade.
I'm really excited.
So we're gonna
brought some home.
Yeah, it was so good. I'm not that engaged to buy a big bottle or something, but I was like, no, I got to, especially since you weren't there. Yeah, I was like, well, Jen's got to check this out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'd like to try that. That sounds fun.
Yeah, no, it was kind of neat. We got some more whiskey. Yeah.
Yep, I got some more whiskey up at Estes Park. Got some pumpkin whiskey.
Pumpkin whiskey.
Yeah, and I'm not somebody who's like in love with pumpkin usually or whiskey. They make good whiskey. I have their apple stuff and now I have their pumpkin stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, it's Elkins or something.
Yeah, it's like Elkins, and they make it up or at least they have a shop up in Estes Park.
I'm pro pumpkin, by the way.
Yeah, Sean is a pro pumpkin man now.
I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately just to make sure that people know.
You really have.
I'm pro pumpkin.
Pro pumpkin man.
Although I think my brother was just like, it's like, why weren't you pro pumpkin before? It's just a squash.
It's just squash. He has a point.
It's true, he does. Yeah, I'm pro pumpkin. I don't go on my way to get a PSL.
Oh no, I don't like those.
I don't think they're a bit too sweet.
What if I make like a pumpkin eggnog pie?
I think you should try that.
Should I try that?
Well, pumpkin eggnog cheesecake?
No, it's a pumpkin eggnog pie.
Oh, pumpkin pie, but also
with eggnog in it, yeah.
Eggnog,
yes.
Yeah, and I think that sounds good.
Yeah, maybe I'll try making that.
I haven't had a chance to watch more of the DC stuff.
No, well, because we got Disney Plus.
Because Disney Plus came out.
Because Disney Plus came out, and that was just like, I mean, obviously we're going to get it. We haven't watched any Star Wars shit, because I don't care. But we have watched a lot of The Simpsons, and it's been great.
It's been great.
It's been so good. Except for the fact that they fucked with the aspect ratio. But other than that, it's been good.
I didn't notice it, but there is, it's going to be noticeable, I think, at certain points. It is
definitely noticeable.
Yeah, I kind of wish I didn't know that, so I
noticed it already, because I was like, wow, that's like really cropped close on like Bart's face or whatever. And then I went on the internet and they were like, that's why it looks weird. I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Oh, Disney, why did you do it's like the monkey paw. It's kind of, like a Simpsons thing.
I want to watch the one with Snake's hair. Which Halloween special is that? I really enjoy that one. Where like Snake dies and Homer gets his hair.
Yes.
So good. I don't remember which one that is, but it's really good.
There are some lines on that show that we've been watching some of the episodes from, I think it was like season 3, season 4.
Yeah.
And there's some lines on that show that I forget about, that I completely forgot about, and I'm like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
There's the one where I think it's the football one where Homer and Lisa like bond over betting on football, and they're watching the Super Bowl. And the halftime show comes out, and Bart's like, "Come on, snipers!" He says something to that effect. And I'm like, usually I'm not a big Bart fan.
I'm not either, actually. But there are some really good moments.
Yeah, so it's pretty great to get back into it and just kind of revisit some of these episodes. I mean, it's one of those shows that's always on cable or on syndication.
Yeah.
But
we're cord cutters, so we don't see them.
So I'm not really going on my way to see it.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to digging more into that. And there's also a lot of Marvel cartoons and things that I have access to now.
I have to watch Gargoyles. They're doing like a Twitter campaign to try to like get Gargoyles like another season or whatever.
Hey,
I love Gargoyles. I gotta watch it.
What's great? What's great about this though is that for a lot of younger people that never experienced some of these things.
Yes, this is their first exposure to it.
This is their first exposure, and there'll probably be a lot of people that might be like influenced by that,
Yeah.
and just really, it's gonna hopefully it'll kind of bring some some thoughts to people, just to kind of be like, oh man, this is really cool.
Yeah,
because I mean, shit, I mean, I'm all about nostalgia, and
sure.
I will watch.
Yeah, it's nostalgia for us though, but like for younger people, they're like, how cool is it that they get to discover this shit for the first time?
I know, that's kind of neat.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're getting to discover, that, and there's all these other random ass cartoons and movies.
And movies, yeah. I haven't even delved into the movies yet. There's a lot of stuff.
There's a few movies that I think we need to go out of our way to watch.
Flight of the Navigator.
Flight of the Navigator.
I watched that a lot. When I was a kid.
Return to Oz.
Oh, I've never seen that.
That's the one. I'm surprised you've never seen it because
it's fucked up, right?
It's fucked up because it's basically like Fruza Balk. It's like Fruza Balk in her very first role.
Okay.
She's Dorothy, but it's like she goes back to Oz, but Oz is like steampunk goth.
Sweet.
Again, that's why I'm surprised you've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Or never really don't know much about it.
No, I don't know anything about it.
Like there's these characters in there called the Screaming Cheetah Wheelies, and they have wheels on their hands.
The fuck?
And they just kind of travel that. It's fun. And there's a band that's where there's a band called Screaming Cheetah Wheelies. That's where they got their name from.
Oh, is this actually based on the book?
I don't know exactly what it's based on.
Because there was a shit ton of those. He wrote a bunch of those.
It might be.
The Wizard of Oz, but then there was a Return to Oz, and there was like a whole, like, I can't even tell you how many. There were tons of them.
Blizzard of Oz.
Probably. Who knows? I mean, like, no, there were a lot. He wrote a lot of them.
I'll have to take a look and see because maybe it is, but I think, now I kind of want to check that movie out. Yeah. But there's that. There's Mr. Boogedy.
I may have seen that. You said it was on that like Disney thing. On
Wonderful World of Disney, yeah.
Yeah, which I used to watch all the time. So
it's about a man who kind of looks like Freddy Krueger, and he just kind of goes to people. He's like, Boogedy!
I may have seen it. I don't have any recollection of this movie.
Yeah. So we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit on there.
I mean, there's one on there called Fuzz Bucket where a friend of mine, I used to work on, I consider him a friend. He's a good dude. Mick Garris, director Mick Garris, who I did a podcast with a couple years ago, not too long ago, but that was one of his first ever gigs, directing. And he directed this movie called Fuzz Bucket, which is about a fucking fuzzy troll man who hangs out with a family.
He also wrote Hocus Pocus.
Mick Garris,
which I love,
is responsible for.
Which I didn't know that. I love fucking Hocus Pocus. That's the campiest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah. Which, by the way, this Halloween season, Hocus Pocus.
Oh my god, so much merch!
Merch out the fucking ass. And every time I see it, I'm like, I hope Mick's getting a cut of this.
That's exactly what I said to Sean. We went to Spirit Halloween, and there was just all this Hocus Pocus merchandise, and I was like, is Mick getting some money off this?
I hope he gets he just has just a nice. Yes, it's I gotta get because he's such a nice, sweet dude.
Yeah, is he redoing his bathroom with this money? Or
maybe he's got he's like, you know what? I think it's time for me to get one of those Scrooge McDuck vaults. To start.
We could watch that. We watch Tailspin. That's on there too.
Gummy Bears.
I don't think I've ever seen Gummy Bears.
Gummy Bears was a.
I am aware of Gummy Bears, but
also, speaking of the Marvel cartoons, you got the X-Men.
Yes, the '90s X-Men, which 90s
I love. '90s Spider-Man, I believe.
'90s Spider-Man is also pretty good. I used to watch that all the time too.
And there's a lot of other Avengers, United We Stand that I saying. There's a lot of cartoons that were around I would say 96 onward, a lot of stuff that I wasn't aware of because, I kind of aged out of watching cartoons at the time.
Do we have because I haven't looked on the DC app, is that new Justice League action show on there?
I don't think so.
Well, it's on Hulu.
Oh, great. Well, we can watch that too.
I saw it the other day.
Because we also got Hulu along with the Disney
because it comes with it. I don't give a fuck about ESPN, but I do like Hulu. I had it before and I had it for a while, but I canceled it once I heard about this Disney Plus thing. So I've been going without for a while, but I like to watch, shows and stuff.
Yeah,
which has been helpful with Hulu. So
yeah, so we'll have to go back and check that out because that's another one that I haven't.
Californication's up there.
I never watched that show.
I've never seen it, and I'm curious, but I'm also scared.
I think you might be.
I don't know how I feel.
I think you'll like it, but you're also I'm
also gonna hate it. I feel like
you're gonna be watching it, and you're just gonna have you're gonna be making a lot of faces. You do when you watch something, you're just
Yes.
Jen has a lot. Jen's very reactionary sometimes when she watches her shows.
I get upset.
Yeah. Oh, so they also announced recently the DC Max, or God damn it,
No, HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Yes, HBO Max.
Let me see here, because I'm gonna.
Which, God damn it, we better be grandfathered into that shit.
Let's see.
Did you know MailChimp has a streaming service where you can watch a show where a bunch of people just put their hands on a car, and whoever's the last person standing wins the car?
Why is MailChimp doing it?
What a fucking great question. I put this on Twitter and I was like, what?
Is MailChimp? I thought MailChimp would be just the outtakes of those people saying MailChimp.
MailChimp?
But it's just that, for on a loop.
I just don't understand how you ever looked at that word and thought it said Kimp, but whatever.
I can see. Well, I'm saying CH. You can.
Chimp.
Yeah, but I think the girl that they're asking is this English wasn't her first language.
Oh, maybe not. That might be true.
We're just exploiting this poor girl.
Yeah, this poor woman. MailChimp.
This poor woman forever.
MailChimp.
Well, apparently they're going to be having. So I'm just reading through here. It's going to have HBO Max is going to have once the Friends leaves Netflix, it's going over there.
I don't give two shits about Friends.
Don't.
So,
but
whatever.
You'll also be able to get some Big Bang Theory.
Don't give a shit about that either. Hey, look at all those things I don't care about.
Okay, premium programming for HBO and even Cinemax is likely in the mix too, as well as additional content by Warner Brothers, New Line, DC Entertainment, CNN, TNT, TBS, True TV, CW, which probably means you'll be able to watch all those shows on there.
All Arrow and shit.
Turner Classic Movies, which that's pretty cool. Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Crunchyroll, which is anime, Rooster Teeth, and Looney Tunes. So that's a lot right there. So it's not coming until next year, though. But again, I would like to know if we're going to be able to not have to pay for it or find a way to get kind of grandfathered in, like you said.
I hope so.
Man, we got a lot of options.
We sure do.
But I mean, it's the things. You can watch all these Cartoon Network things and do all that stuff on that platform. But then on Disney Plus, you can watch all this other bullshit, and then Hulu's got a bunch of stuff. But there's also still a lot of stuff that I still can't watch. You guess you can. It's just I don't want to pay for that.
Yeah.
And I feel it's ridiculous. Kind of like I'm specifically referring to the AEW.
Yeah.
Because you have to get Hulu Live TV, and it's like
that's like $50 a month.
And I'm like, I think it's in addition to Hulu, or I'm assuming that's got to be all together.
It's everything together. I don't know about Disney Plus because it just says Disney Plus with Hulu. I think Live TV is an additional add-on.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I guess we've covered a bunch of that stuff. So I guess we'll take a break. Did you have anything else you want to say about that?
No.
We'll take a break and we'll come back with our book for this week.
Hi, everybody. My name's Hub, and I host a show called Tighten Up the Defense, a podcast that would likely benefit from a tagline. Every week, we read either a Defenders comic book from the 70s or a New Teen Titans comic from the 80s. I give a synopsis of that comic that I have handcrafted to amuse and inform, and then my good-for-many-things brother Corey comes over and we talk about what we found interesting about the comic we just read. It's a lot of fun, and we hope you'll join us for it. Anything you'd like to add, Corey?
I like cocaine from an animal's butthole. It is. So good. It is. Paradise.
Well, Corey, I don't really think that's appropriate. We're trying to do a promotion for our podcast here.
Shut up.
Okay, fair enough. Any final thoughts?
Of course.
Well, let's hear them.
I have eaten all the beaver butt. You have eaten none. And beaver's butt is pretty good.
There you have it. Tighten Up the Defense. That's Titan. You can find it wherever podcasts are found. It's probably worth mentioning. I'm the one who does the editing. Catch the wave of the future and hang 10 on it with us. Cowabunga.
All right, we're back here on Worst Collection Ever with our book for this week. We are doing The Defenders, number 56 from February 1977. On the cover, it says, "This is it. Our big anything can happen and does issue." And I may agree with that.
Things happen in this issue.
Whatever's going on this cover pretty much tells you, there's no surprises.
This is not false advertising. This is a cover that actually shows you things that are going to happen in this issue.
Well, I do want to say Submariner doesn't necessarily storm the Russian seacoast.
Well, I think he tries.
He shows up and then he gets kind of jobbed out.
Yeah, he does.
But he's not, but I don't feel.
But he tries.
He does try. Okay. We'll give him credit.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. And in another bubble, Valkyrie Valkyrie duels the lethal Lunatic. And there she
That
is.
guy sucks. Anyway, we'll talk about it.
I looked him up. He's a fucking pill.
This is his only. Is this?
No. He's been around.
Oh, is this the Marvel's Joker?
The Joker.
We live in a society. Okay.
Maybe Elizabeth. Oh God, what's her name? Peggy. Maybe Peggy.
Peggy Olsen.
Peggy. Like, no, I can't.
Elizabeth Moss.
Moss.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of. I can think it was like Scientology.
Hey, isn't Scientology? What's her name?
Elizabeth Scientology.
That doesn't fucking narrow it down.
Elizabeth Moss. She could be. She was the Joker.
She could be the Joker.
Totally play the Joker. She could play this character.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom,
she was really good in Us.
She was good.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom we have it says, and Bruce Banner, under the threat of becoming the monstrous Hulk, battles to drain away the rampant radioactivity killing Hellcat. And we see what is presumably Bruce Banner in a radiation suit of sorts.
I just like how the Hulk is like over him, but it's like supposed to be him like turning into the Hulk, but it just really looks like the Hulk has three faces.
Yeah.
Two of them in his chest.
Kind of a gross monster.
Yeah, he's really gross.
Yeah, and then he's so Bruce is doing some sort of like radiation gimmick over a comatose Hellcat.
Yeah.
So Val's New York adventure. We start off with her with Valkyrie taking on this lunatic guy, and basically he kind of looks like a Joker version. He's like a pale dude with purple hair, purple gloves, and like a green like jumpsuit.
Yeah, so I think he looks like Jared Leto thought he looked. When he played the Joker. But instead he just ended up looking like some YouTube rap star with questionable tattoos. I mean, because he just has this like weird fro, but it's like also this chiseled jaw and this like kind of Joker face.
Jared Leto is Lunatic as Tekashi X9.
Yeah,
Tech 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever that
6X9 or 69 or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically, Valkyrie, or I'll just call her Val. Val is like, hey.
Are they in like an alleyway?
I don't know exactly. I think
so. They're on the street. That's all I can really figure out, because sometimes it looks like they're in an alley, at least at this first part. And other times it looks like they're like surrounded by people.
Well, they're around
her university.
They're around a university
where she goes,
Empire State University, where Valkyrie and the civilian guys is
alter ego.
She goes to the school.
Yeah.
And something. So basically, this lunatic guy.
Lunatic with a K.
Lunatic with a K. Excuse me.
Yeah. This is the 90s before the 90s.
He was he came from like another dimension, like a sword and sorcery dimension. Something happened on the way through this realm that he was coming from that shattered his being into different pieces, and one of these pieces ended up in this area in New York, and I think it possessed or kind of became
a radio. We'll talk about it.
He became this dude, became this lunatic. And so the thing about Lunatic is that he fancies himself as a vigilante, but he is just out there taking vengeance on people doing anything wrong because he doesn't know the severity of certain laws.
Oh, so you mean it's kind of like in Futurama, where they create a Santa Claus robot who like judges everybody to be naughty?
Yes.
And he comes and blows up everybody's house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically that, because they basically, like, if you're a litter bug or if you're a thug, you mug somebody, there's no difference to this guy. He's just out there just to basically pummel you to death or whatever. So he apparently did this to some drug dealers.
Yeah, he killed 2 drug dealers.
Yeah, he's fighting the drug war, and Valkyrie's like, she's like, "What the fuck? I'm gonna fight you with my sword," and the way that I'm not gonna sit there and try to explain what the hell Lunatic is saying, because he talks a lot.
There's parts. This is where I'm talking about the radio.
Okay.
Give me. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff where he's talking to her. So here, and there's like this guy who I guess she's dating, right? And he's like, oh my God, how does she have a sword all of a sudden? I'm confused. But see, now they're in an alleyway, and Lunatic says, baby, take a good look at my face. You'll see my smile looks out of place. If you look closer, it's easy to trace the tracks of my tears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Most of the shit he's saying is song lyrics. I don't recognize all of it, but I recognize some of it.
You know what's funny is that lyric, I heard that, and for some reason I could only think of Against All Odds by Phil Collins.
Oh, I don't know.
Even though that song wasn't going to be around for another,
I'm just wondering,
5 years.
They got away with, putting this shit in here. Is it fair use because they're only using a couple words?
I think you could kind of just say it. I don't think you have to. I don't know.
How much song lyric can you get away with?
I feel like in comics,
also, this was the 70s, so maybe more than today?
Well, yeah, the internet.
Because I think today it's only 2 lines, not even, for copywritten songs. If you put it in
dialogue.
a book.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, if you were to put it in a book or something, you have to actually get rights and permissions and stuff like that.
Maybe they had permissions. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the 70s. I mean, maybe it was just, it was.
It might copyright law.
Decided over it was decided over an 8-ball.
Yeah, I'm certain it was.
It was Stanley was like, so I'm smoking the J, you know, and I got an 8-ball, and I give it to Casablanca Records, and they say
they said I could use everything they wanted.
They use everything, or whatever it is.
And that's exactly what happened, because that's kind of what Lunatic is. He's just it's like he fell into a radio station and all he knows is songs.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
So there's a crowd watching it, and
the guy I assume she's dating.
Well, I don't know if he's dating, but his name is Horace Ledge.
Or maybe he wants to date her.
Probably. She's pretty hot.
Sure. Because he's watching this fight, and he's like, oh man, I have to step in and help her. And he's like, I can't let you do it on your own. And I'm like, this bitch has a sword. Leave her alone.
Yeah, that's actually just what I was kind of.
You're just standing there. You have no protection. She has armor and a sword, and he's like, "Let me help you." And he gets just.
Oh, he gets jobbed out.
He even jobbed. This dude is if he survives, he'll be lucky. It's literally it crushes his cranium.
Well, they even describe
dude hits him in the face.
So it crushes his cranium, and then he gets rammed in the stomach.
He gets absolutely owned by this guy.
Yeah, he gets cleshed.
And that's it. That's the end of that guy.
Flesh, and also Fweg. So
Fweg.
He got some noise. He swings his club. Lunatic swings his club, and it says Fweg.
Fweg.
This guy sucks.
Yeah, this guy sucks. I'm like, you know what? She didn't need your help, bro.
She does not need anybody's help. She's fucking Valkyrie.
She's Valkyrie. She has a sword. Let her do what she's gonna do.
Oh yeah, she ain't.
You just stand back and try not to get hurt.
Yeah, right. So basically, what continues on after this is that
they just fight.
They fight, and Lunatic kind of just goes off.
Yeah, he kind of runs off.
He runs off. Basically, she's just traveling, chasing him through New York City.
Yeah, and so she's like, "Oh, I can't even call anybody to help me." And I don't even know if anybody in the Defenders needs help. There's just so much going on. And then we cut to Russia. And that's where Submariner is, and he's punching a Russian guy, but he gets zapped with something.
No, he's
already been exposed.
What's going on is so in the previous issue they fought the Presence.
Okay,
and there was some radiation shit going on, and basically Namor, Hellcat, and Nighthawk. We're all kind of radiated. You got radiated.
Yeah, that's why he looks all shiny.
And the Russians are like, yo, we got to get you under control. So you don't poison everybody. And Namor is like,
fuck you.
Namor's like, I don't understand what you're saying because you're Russian. And I'm just going to start punching you.
Yeah. So he tries to run for the shore, and he totally doesn't make it. And he just collapses.
And so now we got Bruce Banner, and they're like,
who can speak Russian?
Bruce Banner, yeah. Bruce Banner's very smart.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm just saying he can speak Russian, so he's communicating with these people, and he's like, "Look, you guys have to listen to me. You got to put my friends in these tanks so we can try to save them."
There's this one part here where I think this is Bruce,
Uh-huh.
and he's talking to Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, that guy really does look like a blonde Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, he's one of the Russian lawyers, or I say I won't.
I don't even know.
Because there's a lot of like basically like, look, you guys fucked up here, and we're trying not to like, because this is the '70s, so like Cold War ish,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
whatever's going on, so we're trying to keep things under wraps.
So do you think like we here in America have the country lawyer stereotype that's like born out of like To Kill a Mockingbird, where it's like, I'm just a simple country lawyer, but I'm, you know what I mean? And he like wears that suit, and, like Futurama does it where he's like a chicken.
Yeah.
So we have like that stereotype. Do you think Russia has a lawyer stereotype, but all of their lawyers look like Edgar Allan Poe?
Yes.
Just like blonde ones?
Yep.
And they're just like, I drank myself to death in a gutter and married my cousin.
Perestroika.
Maybe. Who knows?
Glasnost.
Glasnost.
I guess that means peace, time.
Da.
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 I don't know Russian very well.
I don't know any Russian except for da.
Basically, they're like, here's a bunch of fucking random ass equipment.
I really love the way that these people are drawn in the tank, though.
Oh yeah,
because like Hellcat's just like only their heads are sticking out, but she's just like collapsed over. And then when they show a close up of Submariner, he just looks like Han Solo frozen in carbonite.
Yeah, well,
it's pretty great.
Look at what's his face, Nighthawk back here. It looks like his neck is broken, and like he's got his like he's kind of like floating.
Yeah.
He's not really, but for some reason, like, his legs aren't straight.
Yeah, and neither's Nighthawk. She's just like, if you break up Barbie's head off, and then you try to put it back on, and it's got a fat head, weird neck situation, that's what she looks like.
So
it's kind of great.
The whole idea here is that Bruce has to create, like, some sort of machine that allows him to stabilize his friends. Because since he's the Hulk, and radiation doesn't really affect him.
Yes.
So,
because he's already been irradiated.
But the problem that Bruce is worried about is like, look, if I'm doing this, and like
he could not suppress his rage for a long period of time.
Or rage, or just he can't get excited, so you can't get like worked up. So if like he's doing something, like it's kind of like,
is he like the anxiety Hulk?
Yeah, I think it says something like he's kind of talking about being like anxious in the way like if you're trying to do something, it's like I can't get this to go. The Hulk. That could happen to him. So he's worried about that because he says,
I guess it's really good you're not the Hulk.
Yeah, right? I'd be the Hulk all the time.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I must remain detached, mustn't allow myself to get excited or I'll turn into the Hulk. How can I remain detached, though, when the responsibility for their very lives or deaths now rests solely on my shoulders? He would not be a good surgeon.
Oh, no. He can't. I'm surprised he can do anything.
Yeah, right?
I'm like fucking driving down the street's gonna like turn him into the Hulk.
Waiting in line?
Oh, my God. Literally doing anything. Waiting for something to cook.
Yeah, like can you imagine
like if you're in a hurry, being in a hurry for anything.
Somebody give me I want to see a picture of the Hulk looking looking out of like the views out of the microwave.
Yeah.
Him waiting for something and just like over a minute just slowly becoming the Hulk.
Yeah. Or he's just like looking into an oven like waiting for a souffle and just like freaking out, and eventually of course his souffle never rises. It's just he's too
Hulk not make egg whites fluffy.
Well, no, it's just he tries, but then as soon as he like starts stomping his feet, it fucking collapses.
Yeah, right. The Hulk would not. Try to imagine the Hulk on.
I don't think the Hulk can do anything.
I'm trying to imagine the Hulk on Chopped.
Oh my God. He wouldn't even make it through the appetizer round. He wouldn't even be able to unpack his box. They're like, open your mystery boxes, and he would be like, head of cabbage, and then smash.
Yeah, poor whatever those jobbers are.
Everybody else.
Aron, I can only hear of Aron right now.
Oh, Aron Sanchez.
Aron Sanchez
and Gail? No.
Yeah, no.
No.
Gail was the girl on Top Chef.
Brunette.
It was Alex. And Amanda Freytag?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
Scott Conant.
Oh, so Scott Conan. It's fine.
Scott Conant.
Jeffrey something?
Yeah, I always forget their last names, but I know them. I know their faces.
I know their faces too.
So yeah. But yeah, he would not do good on Chopped.
Oh no.
So, they're trying to stabilize all these people. And at one point they realize it's like, hey, Namor's dying, and they're like, yeah, because he's not in any water. You fucks, put some water on him. They're like, yay, he's alive.
Yeah, and then they put water on him. They're like, oh, he lived. And I'm like, yeah, that's
like,
cool.
yeah, it's kind of his thing.
That's kind of his thing, guys. And then just as that, but then we cut back to New York City. We're back with Lunatic, and he's just, I'm assuming all of this stuff is song lyrics that he's saying.
Well, at one point,
some of them I recognize.
I think we might have missed the part where he throws a woman at him.
No, this is the part.
No, this is the part where he throws a baby in the street.
He throws a baby in the street.
He's like, ha, baby, and he just throws a baby in the street, and Valkyrie's like, whew, I caught it.
Yeah, so Valkyrie catches a baby, like, he's just, like, running around. She's just chasing him through New York City. He's making...
People are like
mess.
People are like way too invested in this chase, like the bystanders.
Well, I mean, if you were standing around and some dude who looked like Jared Leto in a fucking clown wig ran by you, wouldn't you be like, "What the fuck, man?"
I know, but I feel like
I'd stop and watch.
But I feel like you're giving a lot of like FaceTime to like some of these people because like,
well, there's also somebody
she saves the baby and she's like, and the mother's like, that a man like that, is
However, if I'm walking down the street and someone hucks a baby, I guarantee I'm going to stop to see what happens.
Yeah. Who's throwing babies?
Right? Who's the fuck's throwing a baby?
Baby throwing out here? What are we doing?
Throwing a baby like a goddamn shot put up in here. That's what's happening. So Valkyrie catches it, and the woman's like, oh my god. And then she gets hit by a car?
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
No, Valkyrie gets hit by a car.
Yes, Valkyrie gets hit by a car.
I thought you meant this
woman.
woman.
No, the woman does not. Valkyrie, fucking gets hit by a cabbie, full on.
We didn't. Well, before that, that's the thing. Before that.
Oh, before that.
So,
is this when he throws the woman?
Well, here's what happens first is somehow she loses her sword and Lunatic gets it. So they give some guy throws Valkyrie Lunatic's pipe, which is basically a pipe.
Yeah.
But apparently it's like a special pipe.
No, I stole it from a construction site.
So they're fighting, but that's when Valkyrie just throws like a woman at him. Like a whole woman carrying her groceries. Like it's those things is like he
threw it at her.
He threw it at her. Like he just chucks.
Yeah, you said Valkyrie threw the woman.
No, Lunatic throws a woman at Valkyrie.
Yes.
Like somehow just kind of like one hands her over to Valkyrie, who's thankfully he's just holding a pipe.
I mean, really, what Lunatic knows how to improvise.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, I lost my pipe. I'll use this woman.
He goes up.
I'll use the closest thing. Baby, no problem.
He's out. He's
fucking full-grown woman carrying a bag of milk. Throw her too.
You can catch Lunatic doing a herald at the UCB.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Somebody in the audience give me a weapon.
Yeah, he's a very
weapon.
He is very good at yes and
an occupation.
Yeah.
And a Norse god. All right, here we go.
And this is where Valkyrie gets just annihilated by a car. She takes out the entire front end of it.
Oh yeah, she fucks this
and this guy, it's a cab, and he stops and just starts yelling at her.
Does he?
He yelled at her. He says, "Oh, you and your party suit." When I first scanned over that, I thought he called her a party slut. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Oh,
that UI does look like an L."
Yeah.
Or a party slit.
Ooh, even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he called her a party slut.
Yeah, because this guy's he's like a cabbie, and he's like, you superheroes, and she's like, what? She's bladed too.
Oh yeah, she's bleeding.
She's bleeding. And I think, does she kick the car away here? Because at one point,
maybe.
Because she's like the cabbie's like, you dumb broad, and she's just staring him down, and she goes, you stupid oaf, be gone. And then I think she just drop kicks the car.
Fair.
Or the guy, whatever.
Fair.
And then Lunatic's like, haha, I'm gonna run away. So
and that's what he does.
He runs away. He runs over to the United Nations, by the way.
Yeah.
Where somehow things are, she loses him, but for some reason we get
there's weird Russian people talking in the crowd.
Yeah, we get something. Apparently, they're aware of whatever situation's going on there.
They're just like, hey, you know what would be fun? Let's hack the 2016 election. They're like, great idea.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff here about nuclear treaties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, since when did this turn into C-SPAN?
Yeah, it really does.
Come on.
There's no pizzazz.
Yeah, no pizzazz with this drawing of Stan Lee with his giant hand.
That's not Stan
That's supposed to be
Lee.
Stan Lee.
Bullshit. Stan Lee looked 97 years old.
This is the youngest Stan Lee has ever looked.
Yeah, and that's a drawing because
And
Stan Lee didn't look like that when he was a baby. Stan Lee always looked
He came
old.
out fully old.
He came out fully old. You know, sometimes you do. I get it.
They thought he was going to do a Benjamin Button, but it didn't happen.
Nope. He was just, I stayed the same age.
So anyway,
So then we're back.
So we're back in Russia, and Bruce Banner puts on his gimmick suit.
Well, this is because, like, right after Namor got better, Hellcat just, like, crashed.
Yeah.
So they're like, pull her out. We got to put her in the regenerator or whatever.
Well, basically, he needs like this machine, so they put everybody
the
on
regenerator.
these tables. Yeah, regenerator, and so
Or the rejuvenator, I think it's called, and it's gonna like
reanimator.
it's reanimator, and he's just gonna like Frankenstein these fucking people.
Yep.
And that's literally what he does, because it's like there's all these like flashy things, and everybody's on tables, and like the only thing missing here is lightning.
Yeah.
So he's like trying really hard and focusing,
Trying not to get a fucking Hulk boner.
Yeah, trying not to Hulk boner, and then finally Hellcat
She comes to.
is fine.
Where everybody comes to. So does
Everybody's
then we get like this scene here where it's just like a big naked party.
Yeah, and
with,
everyone's like, "Hey, man, let's talk about how we're alive now."
Yeah.
And then, hey, let's put them on an airplane, and they'll fly away, and we're gonna talk about how Americans are weird.
Yeah, because they throw the.
And that's literally what happens.
Because they're like, well, there was also the Red Guardian was there with them. You know, they're asking about Red Guardian, and the Russians are like, "Fuck off!
Yeah,
don't ask about our Russians." And
you guys
goodbye.
dress weird, by the way.
You guys dress weird. I have heard that all Americans dress strangely. It's true. Perhaps these are merely overdressed officials from the Office of Lunacy.
Oh, we got to talk about that ad.
Oh, I didn't really read this.
Oh, you need to read that ad. So I will explain. This is about the Ding-a-Ling family, and basically this is a wrestling angle. This is, if Vince read this, he'd be like, we're doing it, because it's a family full of fucking hillbillies who come to Asgard to like fuck with Thor, but don't you worry, here's a bunch of Hostess pies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, these are a bunch of...
But they're fucking hillbillies, because they're like, I'm gonna get your kid. Come on, kid. We gotta get you. Ding, 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 ding. That's literally what's happening. Ding, 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 ding.
She's doing a dance. Well, this one dude's about to shoot him. I think they're kind of like space hillbillies.
They're
Because the one
hillbillies
guy-
of some
Because
sort.
there's one dude here that looks like ZZ Top is about to shoot Thor with he calls it an atomic shotgun. What? And then Thor goes off here. I'm assuming this is Lady Sif shows up and she's like,
Yeah,
look,
it's just like, have some pies.
look, eat some goddamn pies and stop your bullshit.
They're like, Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Did you know those guys were like
Swedish or something?
Oh yeah, they were like
Switzerland. Yeah,
it was like foreign.
yeah they were
It's all
not
foreign.
Americans.
Dutch.
But you know what? They pulled off a really good hillbilly.
They did. So we were back with Valkyrie. Valkyrie goes into the subway and she starts like harassing people. You know, she harasses this one dude.
There's like, where the fuck is that guy?
Well, she's like, I don't understand what this guy is.
I don't know why she's
saying-
just yelling at people.
Well, there's one dude here where she grabs this dude and the guy goes, "Lay off, lady. I already gave at the office." I'm like, "Gave what?"
They probably think she's like asking for charity.
Oh.
But then there's like this blind guy.
Valkyrie's a hobo.
Yeah. And then there's like this blind guy walking around, so she kind of ignores him, and then she finds out that it's Lunatic who jumped a real blind man, stole his stuff, and then like went to attack her.
Stole his cane, stole his glasses and hat.
And everything, and just like went after her. So then they're fighting, they're in the subway, he's like, quoting shit at her, he kisses her at one point.
Yeah, basically, he kisses her, and then he's like, "All right, I'm just gonna go." Like he does a little John Denver here. Says, "I'm taking the A train. I don't know I'll be back again."
Yeah,
and he just jumps, kind of like on the end of a train, or he somehow just.
Oh yeah, he jumps in front of a train. She's like, "Oh my god, he killed himself," but he didn't. He like somehow got inside the train.
Yep.
And that's the end.
That's
of
the
that.
end. And next issue, Miss Marvel makes the scene. That's it for the Defenders number 56 from February 1977. Do you want to read the next issue of this?
Sure. If we had it, I'd probably
we
read
probably
it.
do, because I'm trying to collect all the Defenders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd probably read that. It's not terrible.
One of these days, I'm going to I keep saying this, but one of these days, it's like I want to just like read all the Defenders straight through, because it's fucking nuts, and I think I would have a good time doing it.
Yeah.
But that's it for this week's show. Thank you for listening. Please find us on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at Angry Hero Sean.
And I'm at Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram. You can find my writing about the X-Files, jenstansfield.wordpress.com. You can find our show on Facebook, Worst Collection Ever, and email the show, worstcollectionever@gmail.com.
And please rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you get the show, and tell your friends. We would really appreciate that. So thanks again for listening, folks, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye.